What's good, everybody? It's Lucky. Today, I'm gonna talk about why I love being the least successful person in any room that I'm in. In this video, I'm gonna give you a couple of reasons as well as my advice on just being able to kind of switch up your mentality. Because being the least successful person in the room has allowed for me to really soak up knowledge and game from individuals who are in places and positions where I want to be at. Why try to reinvent the wheel when you could literally get wisdom from somebody who is coming from where you want to go? You know what I'm saying? So, reason number one, it means that I'm in the right room. If I'm the least successful person in the room, then I'm in the right room. Reason number two, man, I just love learning. And I love being in environments where I'm able to learn rather than compete. And reason number three, because I understand that wisdom is the key to success. Look at the little duckies. All right, without further ado, I want y'all to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into it. So reason number one, why I love and enjoy being the least successful person in the room. It means that I'm in the right room. The right room for me is a room where I'm not surrounded by leeches, by people, I'm not surrounded by leeches or by people who just want to drag me down. What does drag you down? What does that look like to you, Lucky? Great question. To me, dragging me down is being in an environment where I'm surrounded by small thinkers, people who like to radiate that energy onto me just because we may have one shared interest. In my case, it's engineering school. I'm a student in university and I'm studying mechanical engineering. And when I tell you that the types of people that I'm surrounded with in class, their mentalities, oh my gosh, horrific. It's terrible. The conventional, cliche, engineering, lack of social skills, all of these character traits, all of these qualities, all of these habits that these individuals have are so detrimental to me because, they fit the typical engineering stereotype. And I understand that me personally, I'm studying engineering more so as a foundation, and my ultimate goal is to be a serial entrepreneur, to own multiple businesses and be extremely successful, to be an embodiment of my purpose, to inspire, to innovate, and to be an embodiment of my faith. So if I'm in rooms where I have the best mentality, sure, I guess I could pour out, I can give some people some game, some knowledge, but it's like giving motherfuckers game and knowledge is cool and all, but I'm not really getting anything in return. They're asking me advice, they're asking me questions. Some motherfuckers even ask for money. And it's like, damn, I can't even look up to you in any aspect of life. All y'all do is take, and we already are going different paths based on our goals. So being in an environment where people are just leeches and just taking from me, they have no inspirement. They don't have the ability to inspire me, not based on what they say, but based on their actions. It's just a terrible environment for me. And like plants, if you put a plant in an environment where sunlight is not in abundance, then that plant will cripple and rot away. So you need to look at yourself as a plant and put yourself in the best environment that will give you the opportunity to really be surrounded with people who are winners, with people who have done what you want to do, who you are currently doing right now. Man, it's different to be able to have people in your environment who truly encourage you. And I'm not even talking about with the words, nigga. I'm talking about with actions. Like, this is a little side story, but I went to Atlanta early this year, and I met this dude, law student. I was kind of scared, thinking it, because I was like, bro, I'm connecting with this dude, I don't know anything about him. It was like my partner / my buddy for the event, the conference that I was at. But me and that dude connected, and the amount of encouragement that I got from bro, it was authentic, it was genuine, and it just made me feel like I'm that nigga, because I know I'm that nigga. And it's like, it's not that bro is more so, it's not that he's a people pleaser or anything of that nature. It's more so that is just his mentality normally. Anytime he surrounds himself with individuals, he is an empowerer. And when I told him about my business and a couple of the products that I have, and just a little bit of the progress that I've made, he said in the Atlantan accent, he said, "Man, look at that shit, fire. Look at that shit, fire." And this dude is motioned up, you know what I'm saying? He's a third-year law student. He got his own different ventures. He's killing it, interning at the White House and stuff like that. He looked just like me. And obviously he's older than me, but just being able to be surrounded with somebody who thinks big, somebody who sees a bigger picture farther than the next couple of weeks, farther than a fucking homework assignment or some bullshit ass exam or this fight or this party. That right there felt phenomenal. And from that moment on, I became hooked to surrounding myself with people who think greater and think bigger, because I imagined to myself, what if every single one of my friends or every single person I surrounded myself with, who I gave energy to, thought like that, had their own motion, provided value to the world in many different ways, and ultimately they don't need me, you know what I'm saying? It's just an addition, because we both share that same intellectual curiosity, that same intellectual just desire to grow and surround ourselves with like-minded people. I thought to myself, what if I made that my standard? What if I made that my normal? And shit, I've been doing that for the last 45 plus days, truly consistently since school has ended, since I've been back in H-Town. But that's number one. If I'm the least successful person in the room, that's the room for me. Number two, I'm in the room to learn, not to compete. And I'm a firm believer of learning is not taught, learning is caught. You can put me in an environment for 5 minutes with a bunch of successful individuals, and they don't even got to over-explain anything like how an engineering professor would. All they got to do is move, and I'm going to just continue to watch and observe. And me watching all of the game, how these extremely successful entrepreneurs, business owners, millionaires, how they go about interacting with one another, how they go about providing value with one another, how they close deals while golfing, while having fun, swimming, playing volleyball and pool. Me watching all of that is phenomenal, and seeing how big on collaboration that they're on. Right there, like I'm taking notes truly, because it's like I don't have anybody my age to look up to who does shit like that. I'm already less than 1%, especially being an engineer. A lot of engineers just want to do the conventional, the 9 to 5, and I'm not even going to talk about that, because that right there is poison to my mind. But being able to see extremely successful men who are levels ahead of me, and just being able to see how they interact with one another, I'm truly taking notes, because that shit shows me that it's possible to truly be successful. It shows me that just because you're a millionaire, just because you're extremely successful, just because you're number one company in Texas, New Mexico, and Arizona, just because you have all of these accolades, you're still a human being at the end of the day. And me hanging around with these men, man, they be acting like men. You know what I'm saying? They be joking. They be having a great time. They be really joking. I'm not gonna lie. And that right there is really phenomenal, because I love being in an environment where I can laugh. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers successful as hell. And they making the same jokes that high schoolers would make in a locker room. If only y'all knew. But me being able to be in an environment where I can shut the fuck up and just observe, man, that shit is another feeling. Especially when you have a low representation of people who actually move how you aspire to move. So I truly like being there in an environment, because I'm not competing with these individuals, nor are they competing amongst each other. They're setting a standard and they're setting a tone. And me being 20, 30 years younger than them, it just allows me to soak up game and shit, just be one of the boys. So I really respect that. Number 3, I understand that wisdom is the key to success. Every day, like I said earlier, I say a prayer. I say, Father, Lord, please give me the strength to receive, to chase, to achieve the wisdom needed to become the extremely successful version of myself who achieves these goals And while praying, I have my notebook, the same notebook that I journal with every day and write my goals with multiple times a day. Just the same goals every day. Constant repetition. I'm praying and I'm asking the Lord to give me the strength to chase the wisdom needed, because I understand the secret to success. I don't know if y'all are ready for this. You think they're ready for this? Where the ducks at? They disappeared. Ducks, you think they're ready? I'm gonna just give it to y'all. Fuck it. The secret to success is your inputs is gonna get you your result. What you do, fuck that. The results is a byproduct of what you do. The results, the Lamborghinis, the $2 to $4 million helicopters, the fucking $3.5 million mega mansion, the Z06 Corvette, the Lamborghini Huracan, the Escalade V, the McLaren 720S, that shit is a byproduct of something. It didn't just happen. It wasn't by luck. It wasn't by chance. That shit is a byproduct of something. So, okay, find the wisdom needed to get those inputs. And once you do that, you'll continue to get one step closer to the top of the mountain. You'll continue to get one step closer to that ultimate goal. So that's the cheat code to success. The results is derived. The results is a byproduct of the inputs that you put. So you need to focus on optimizing your inputs. Focus on optimizing your habits. Focus on optimizing your environment. Instead of trying to focus on focusing, focus on eliminating all distractions. Eliminate those distractions. Don't just, successful people don't just focus. Nah, bro, they put themselves in position to not be distracted. Only have 5 apps on my phone. If you have my number, you better use it appropriately. If you start blowing my shit up, spamming me up, there's a high chance that you will get blocked. You know, I'll hide alerts. On top of that, I'll put my phone on Do Not Disturb. On top of that, I'll put that shit under my pillow in a drawer or some bullshit. You know, on top of that, when I'm on my computer, I'm only checking my email once a day. You know, I'm eliminating all distractions possible. As far as listening to music, I love music, so I create a playlist and I let that playlist do its job. And whenever the playlist is up, okay, boom, we start the entire playlist. Because I know I can get in a rabbit hole as far as just go ahead and searching for different songs. You gotta eliminate the distractions. You gotta put yourself in position to have no distractions. Don't worry about focusing, worry about eliminating distractions. Focus is a byproduct of eliminating distractions. Same thing with success. It's a byproduct of having the right inputs. So I hope I dropped y'all some value. Hope I made y'all smile. I hope I made y'all laugh. I don't have the tank top on today. My mom said I look like a gangster. Hey, man, I can't control how people perceive me to be. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a regular guy, you know? I'm just a hustler. I'm just a grinder. I'm just putting myself in position to succeed. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I truly want to see y'all succeed. It could get lonely at the top, but whenever you start putting yourself around people who think like-mindedly, it gets a little less lonelier. So never look down on anybody unless you're willing to give them a hand to help them up. I'll see you at the top because the bottom is too crowded. It's Lucky, and I'm out.